everyone, and welcome back to Arguably Speaking. I'm Kiera,
I'm Sarah.
and today we have a very special guest.
Hi, it's Cade. I'm back.
Kate
If
is back from our third episode.
I think so. If we're wrong with the number, it's called long distance friendshipping. He was our first guest, and now he's our first repeat guest, which is
Love
so
it.
exciting.
Trailblazer.
And Kate is visiting us for a very special weekend in Seattle of basically movies and hanging out.
Yeah.
We realized that all of the other times Kate has come to Seattle, we've basically just like taken him through the ringer of like, let's do everything and have all the people and meet all of our friends. And we're like, let's have a chill time. Yeah. Yeah.
Just watching The Bachelor.
We are caught up on The Bachelor now.
I've been judging kisses
And that's
and people yelling.
this season's been very good. I don't know how many people are watching The Bachelor that are also listening to this, but I'm hoping it's a high proportion. And wow, Maria and all of the drama surrounding her, like wow.
I came in partway through, and I can't say that I am emotionally attached to any of the girlies, and that's just because, I've only seen two episodes. But they all seem to have like huge smiles, gorgeous, beautiful smiles. But also, I was noticing this, and I didn't say it earlier, but I feel like more of the women on the show have like freckles and
Oh.
or moles. And I was like, cute. Is this like a fashion, like, is it becoming more of a beauty standard thing? Or does he really like freckles and moles?
Or I wonder if it's like a differentiation thing. Like we will be able to pick out those distinct features and like they'll be able to create narratives for the characters better.
Yeah.
There you go. No,
Yeah.
that totally makes sense. I like it. What would you think your defining feature would be? Like, if someone saw you on The Bachelor and was like, oh my gosh, you know that girl with the blank?
Mm, I don't know. Do you have one off the top of your head? Do either of you?
I think I'd just be kind of tall, but I don't know anything
Your
beyond that.
glasses, for
Yeah.
sure. I
Okay.
think it'd be your glasses.
So good.
What about you, Kate?
Um, I'm a average brown hair white guy, so I think unfortunately I maybe like the faces I make. I think that would probably be like the thing. Though, like the face guy.
Yeah.
Like couples do,
Yeah,
and
of
be
like
like, look at him in the background.
yeah.
Well, I feel like you sing spontaneously
Yeah,
too.
it might also be like randomly bursting into Ave Maria and
Yeah.
I feel like
at
that
the
could
pool
be.
party.
I will say that was well, it wasn't at the pool party, but Ave Maria did play in The
Nice.
Bachelor. That's one of the reasons we were laughing. But I don't know if I have a distinct feature besides like I think I also make facial expressions. And I think I have interesting intonations with my voice sometimes that I just ask questions or like am really high pitched sometimes.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. I think that you would definitely be one of the stink-eyed people. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like in the best way. Like you feel your emotions on your face,
Yeah, I
you know.
do.
And I think that you would be a good reaction, like cut to Kira.
No, it'd literally just be like me, like,
Okay.
questionable.
Doing the stank face.
You know,
Anyway,
it is what it is. We are all having, wow, no, words did not come to me. We all have very defining features that make us very special.
totally. Which is why we have a podcast, which is a mainly listening platform. Audio media.
Well, for this week's episode, we are having a theme of the anticipation is killing me. So we don't have that much to catch up on, I don't think, besides the fact that we have Kate in town and it's been fun. But if we do have any catch up time, we always do that at the beginning. So if anyone wants to share with the class, please do.
I have some catch up. I spent the past few days dog sitting, as you know, a little bit from the previously recorded episode where this dog was present. But we spent the rest of the time in between that pod and this recording hanging out together. We went to a dog beach where she could run around and everything and meet other animals. Kade and I went on a walk to get teriyaki.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was very fun. She is the most like Velcro dog I've ever met
Yeah, she
and
is.
just wants to be in your space so badly all the time. And also just she is so funny because she just really wants to stick her tongue in your mouth. She'll like smell your breath and she'll be like, "Let me get in there." And it was very fun.
So Sarah's getting some tongue
You
action.
get them action.
A lot of kisses. I only was unfortunately surprised once in the morning when I was being woken up. So she only got one opportunity, but she took it. But yeah, that's most of my catch up. I did find out that I got into another grad school.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Very exciting, very exciting.
Super fun stuff. The admitter even called me and was like, "Hey, I have some news." And I was like, "I think I know where this is going." And then the dog started losing her mind, and I was like, "Shh, Alice, shut up! I'm having an important conversation." Ah. But yeah, so very exciting things in that regard, and beyond that, that's pretty much my catch up.
As a quick side note, quick soapbox, I think it is so funny when dogs have like real people names because
It is
you think
wild.
of pet names and that's like Oreo or Brownie or Socks. That's like a lot of like cat names maybe, but generally they all have like food or like fun names, and then you have like Alice or like Paul, and you're like, what? Why? What? I don't know. I don't get that personally. Personally, if you have an animal with a human name, that's great, but it kind of like scares me.
Aw. I feel like most of our animals have human names.
Yeah, if I met
Like,
a dog named Cade, I'd be like,
Yeah.
what is going on over here?
Venn diagram. There are some overlaps that are both dog and human names, but there are some that are just not.
Charlie.
It's an
I feel like
overlap.
that could be a
Yeah.
dog
Yeah, I
name.
think that's an overlap name.
Charlie. I don't know.
But like, who is naming their dog Kathy?
Yeah.
Like, come on, please.
Katarina.
That's what I'm saying. Anyways, not important.
That's super funny.
My catch up is not so exciting this week. All that's happening is I have a final presentation due on Tuesday, which is like 2 weeks earlier than everybody else at school because yeah, that's just how we roll for some reason. And so that's been stressful but good because it'll be over, or like it'll be the downhill of the stressful time. Hopefully. I keep thinking that will happen and it never happens. So we'll see. And then what else has happened in my life? Craft of the week is kind of gonna be like a little bit of a throwback. I have not had so much time to craft because we've had Kate here, which has been super wonderful. And I was like, I don't want to waste the friend time with like me alone, individual crafting time. So it's gonna be stained glass that I did over the summer, and I'm gonna just add some finishing touches to. But it'll be great and pretty. Kiera is crafting on Instagram. You can look at it.
Like and follow. You could.
You could.
Yeah.
But what's new with you? Any highlights? It's been a while since the pod has seen you, so you don't need to say everything. But
Um,
any exciting things?
I work. I work and I live. Um, I play D&D. That
Oh.
was neat. And we're gonna be starting a campaign. Uh, I I'm gonna do a musical, and so
Should talk about.
I'm gonna be singing on a stage.
Kate has a wonderful voice,
It's true.
and he's gonna be playing the second sister's love interest
Yeah.
in Fiddler in the Roof. That's what I remember. If you want to expand.
Um, that's no, that's pretty it. He's a communist. That's
He's a communist. He's
I've
the teacher that comes into town and's like, "I have knowledge."
I've played a unmarried father, a two ethnically ambiguous characters, and now I'm gonna be a communist. So I'm really building up a repertoire.
You gotta have a diversified
I really think,
portfolio.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I've
to be
been multiple different ethnicities.
There you go.
I'll be four.
Longmont? Is it in Longmont? Yeah, I was about to say Longmont, Colorado. They take what they can get in the audition realm, and they are very lucky to have you.
Yeah.
And even if it means that you're in some roles that in other more diverse spaces you might not be cast, you still did a great job.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that brings us to the topic of this episode, which, like we said before, is the anticipation is killing me. And this sprung out of a small adventure, a small side quest, if you will, that I've been having recently. And as many of you may have heard, we had an episode called, like, Arguably Adulting. And it's where you realize that you're like an adult. And this was one of those defining moments for me. Because I have really been on the Facebook Marketplace grind, trying to, furnish the house, get things that we want. It's just been a fun little hobby for me. One thing that has been extremely difficult for me to find is a trash can.
And not a small like a decent kitchen trash can
that has like a cover to it. I want the little step thing so it opens. Like, I don't want just a bin. I want a trash can. Okay?
like an inside that is a different color from the outside.
Yeah. Like something that you wouldn't mind other people seeing.
Right.
And that doesn't just have open air trash. So, we mentioned it again in a previous episode of like getting a trash can and realizing it was too small, and then Sarah relisting it on Facebook Marketplace. And so the confusion with that first one, it was two compartments, right? There was like a recycle compartment and a trash can compartment. Also, I will be taking many minutes to describe this. So if you don't want to hear this trash can story, skip like 5 minutes. Anyways.
This is important in our lives.
Each one was supposed to be 15 liters, but I read them as 15 gallons. So I had already gone through the trials and tribulations of finding this person and meeting them in person. It was very difficult. They were in a weird space that had all these one-way streets, and it was like a $30 trash can. And I was like, fine, it's kind of annoying. I can't believe I'm paying to throw my stuff away, but fine. This is a nice trash can. And then I got it and it was small, and I was like, that awkward point where you can't say no because you've already spent so much energy and like their time trying to find one another that you're like, I don't want to just say no, I don't want this anymore. So I
Yeah.
bought it, and that's why we had to resell it. And I was like, oh, I can't believe this has happened to me. So since then, I've been scouring the Facebook Marketplace scene for trash cans, and it's been hard. It's a competitive market out there. The amount of times that I've been like, hi, is this available? I'm willing to come pick up like today, and being like, nope, sorry, it's gone. I'll let you know if anything happens, is so many times.
Everyone wants to be able to throw away their trash in a classy manner.
Clearly. But I have been finding all of these trash cans, and they've been really expensive. So I found one that was, again, 30 units of something, and was like, this one looks great. This one feels great. It's $30. It's almost new. Let's get this. And so I'm starting to set everything up. I'm like, roommates, are we happy with this? And
What do you think? I think it looks good. When am I gonna get it though? I need to be able to work it in because we're trying to get it at the same time that we're dropping Kate off
At
because
the
it's in
airport.
the same like region area. And so Kira's like, we have to schedule it. It'll be great. Like, come on, guys, this trash can's gonna be awesome. I love it. I'm so excited. Let's prioritize making sure that we can get this and also like drop Kate off and make
Yeah.
sure that we're on time for everything.
And then I look back at the listing because I, again, thought it said gallons, not liters. And I look back at it after I've set everything up, and I'm like, oh my god, guys. This is only one compartment, though. So, like, it's double the size of the other one, but, like, skinnier and taller. And so I was like, it might be too small still. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is gonna, guys. And then I just got so sad. I was like, I just set everything up. I need to cancel on this person. I do not want to do this. I cannot believe this has happened twice. How have I mixed up liters and gallons again? Long story short, I very quickly was like, oh my god, I misread it. I made our roommate send the text, and then I left the group chat that we were talking in because I felt so embarrassed.
Oh.
And I just, how has this trash can debacle happened twice? We were doing that quote from SpongeBob that's like, Man, if I had a nickel for every single time this happened, I'd only have
What's
two
your nickels?
nickels. But still, it's weird that it happened twice, right?
It's just so funny because I feel like gallons and liters, like, it's just so hard to visualize.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can't, if you guys have a trick in your minds for figuring out how big a gallon or a liter is in your head, let us know because
Please, I struggle.
we're stuck. The only thing that really helped us was our other roommate took out the trash bags that we have been using in
Yes.
our like little trash bin under the sink. And it was like these trash bags are 50 liters.
Yeah.
And so it was
50
like
liters.
yeah.
Okay.
So we would have been going down in size.
The thing is, I think our current trash can isn't 50 liters, like, because that trash bag is too big for the trash can that we have currently.
Okay.
I think, on a very serious note, I feel like our measurements are still off.
It's ridiculous.
It's been a whole thing, and now you've heard it. Anyways, that's where this topic for the podcast came from, because the anticipation of getting a trash can is so high for me.
It's killing her.
It really is. And I just wanted to know, my dear friends, if there's anything like this that has really just built up your anticipation. I can't even talk. I can't even
I'm
talk.
so emotional.
I am.
You're just moved.
Anything that has built up your anticipation so much and you just can't stand it anymore.
Um, I like to buy things, and so when I was younger, there were like a lot of things. Like all the new Pokemon games would come out, and I'd go to GameStop on the first day. I'm like, I know it's coming out Saturday morning. I have to ask my mom to take me to the GameStop.
I just watched that show that was about the GameStop stock. It wasn't a
What?
show, it was a movie. It's a movie. It's a docu-movie. You can
Mm.
watch it. Keep going.
Okay. And so I do that, and then like there was, or like whenever I can order something off of like Amazon, or order like clothes,
Mm.
because recently I've been ordering a lot of clothes because I'm like, I don't want to go to a store, that's lame.
Yeah, it's hard.
And so I'll like order it, and I'm literally just shaking. I'm like, when's it gonna get here? And I'm just like, I'm out of control. I'm
Packages
out of
are really
control.
fun.
Opening boxes.
And then I open a box, and I go, oh, it's a shirt. And then it's then just the excitement has just been built for like 3 weeks, and I'm like, I haven't got my shirt yet. And like, oh, and then all of a sudden, it just gets there, and I'm like, oh, let me put it in the hamper so I can wash it.
Wow. Well, and also the instant gratification that we have now of like very fast shipping. I feel like
Yeah.
2 day shipping is like almost the standard for things just because of Amazon. But like that like long wait
Yeah.
period for shipping when you have to wait then you ask is it today? Okay, I'll check the mailbox tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe the next day. Yeah.
I will say I have multiple things to springboard off of that with. Number one, my father, cool guy. His most recent like work thing was helping increase the accuracy of one of our major like mailing delivery services. Like you will get your package from this window to this window from like 3 to 5 days to 1 to 3 days.
Whoa.
Yeah. Huge undertaking. I don't know if I'm actually telling you the truth right now on those two time frames, but just know that it was like kind of inaccurate to kind of more accurate.
Okay.
And computer geek stuff. Okay, two things that I thought of, and the patience is killing me. First thing, less fun. Second thing, more fun. First thing, I recently got a ticket. And
Oh.
the
Yeah.
anticipation of knowing A, how much this ticket was going to cost me, and B, how it was going to get to me was killing me.
Yeah.
So I was just like, this is gonna be bad because I had multiple things that I should have had like up to date that I didn't have up to date, and like I did do a traffic thing that was bad, and like so it was just didn't know how it was gonna come to me. I never got the email, so I was just waiting for a letter, and it came in while I was out of town, and so I was like, oh god, it's just sitting there like waiting to be paid, and like it's probably gonna be an ouch. So that was a recent like having to wait and then it was gonna be bad. But I did get the ticket. You can send your favorite podcast host some money because it was big, and I can still eat. for the month of March, so that's a win for me. But also, oof,
Yeah.
don't let your stuff go out of
Update your license and
Yeah.
registration.
yeah, just do that. Make sure that you have up to date stickers and insurance.
Yeah, the COVID grace period is officially over.
Yeah. So just make sure that all of your stuff is in a group.
Good
And
save.
yeah. Thank you, thank you. Friendly podcast. And then the other thing, more fun. I always look forward to the second half of February and the beginning of March. Why, you ask? Shamrock Shakes.
Oh my gosh.
I love Shamrock Shakes, and I always have.
From McDonald's, if that
From
wasn't
McDonald's.
clear.
Right, yeah. It's a mint shake, it's neon green, it doesn't look like it should be put in your body, but it's so exciting when it is. It's so good, you guys.
What does Shamrock shake look like? That word. What does Shamrock taste like? Shamrock? I don't know. That's it.
It's mint.
It's mint.
Yeah,
It's
because
really
green
good.
things all taste like mint.
Right. If you put shamrock in your mouth, I bet it would taste like peppermint. Just kidding. That's a lie. Don't do that, people.
Edible. Like shamrocks are just clovers.
Yeah, are
Anyways.
clovers edible?
Some of them.
Okay. Either way, I have a lot of friends who know that I love shamrock shakes so much. And so I have multiple people when they come back out again that are like, Sarah, I usually don't get shamrock shakes, but I think of you when I get one. Do you want to get one with me? So I've had the fortunate happenstancing that I've gotten 2 shamrock shakes already this season.
Wow.
Both with people named Bella. One in the state of Washington and one in the state of Nebraska. And I tell you guys, it never disappoints. I get so excited and I get it and I'm like, this is just as good as I remember. Yay.
That's the most amazing thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's a really great segue because my second prompt is the annual tradition that you always look forward to. And for you, at least one of them is the Shamrock Shake.
It's true. It's true.
I'm really into seasonal flavors. Peppermint is a big thing. We've talked about this before, and all I will say is I love peppermint. Like, there are pumpkin spice girlies, and I'm a peppermint girly. When all of the wintry flavors come out, I'm like, so
Amazing.
good. So good. But yeah, Kate, any annual things?
Seasonal flavors.
I do the same thing all the time.
It's the
So,
same thing all the time.
Reading in the sunshine.
Oh,
Oh no, I used to watch the Golden Girls every year, but now like all the way through, and I'd sit and watch them. But now I like have just so much of it memorized that I'm like I don't think I can do this.
That's how many years in a row do you think that you watched?
I
the Gilmore
watched
Girls
it
all the way
probably
through?
about 7 or 8. Same thing with Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra. I would watch every year, the entire way through.
do you watch them like starting at the certain
At the beginning. Oh, it was. It's typically like in the first half of the year,
Yeah.
like before July.
Yeah.
So it depends. It's yeah.
Honestly, everything before July just feels like a warm up to me for the year.
It really is, yeah.
Winter is just a prep.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any other like things that are like we do annually other than birthdays.
Let's do
Like normal, like
Well,
visiting. I visit people.
well, and in our visits, one thing that we do every winter is we ice skate together.
That's true.
So me, Sarah, and Cade, I think have ice skated. I want to say for the past like 5 years or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's at different ice skating rinks, but like that is our winter activity. And I always look forward to it, and I do have videos. Oh, maybe we'll post a little video
That'd be
compilation
cute.
of us skating.
That'd be super cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be adorable.
Well, it's always a great, like, I don't know. We always go either right before Christmas or right after Christmas because that's when we've, like, gone home to travel and see parents. And Kate, thankfully, is still where our parents are, so we get to see
Yeah.
you in the winter times, which is ideal. And we always have, like, great chats because it
Yeah.
feels like a end of the year, like, New
It's a
Year's
recap.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like even if we've seen each other throughout the year, usually there's a decent amount of time in between like the most recent visit and that ice skating trip. And it's just always like, I don't know. Those talkies while we're skating are some of my favorite talkies. Yeah. Audition.
I have one more seasonal food one
Okay.
because every year my favorite summer fruit is watermelon. It is so good. I mean, obviously, all of the fruit in summer just gets significantly better, but I still have like raspberries and blueberries and strawberries throughout the year. Normally, I feel like I never have watermelon unless it is summer.
Yeah.
And if I do, then it's like really bad watermelon.
Yeah.
It's either like underripe or it's super watery or has no flavor or all three, which is even worse. Um, And once it's summer and I start getting like the bright red, crisp, not grainy watermelon is the worst.
Terrible.
It's so delicious and I can just eat like a whole watermelon, I feel
Yeah.
sometimes. I try not to do that.
Well, it's one of those things where you can eat it so fast because it's like
Water.
it's water. Like, it's fruit, so it's like healthy or whatever, but it tastes great, and you're like, I'm basically just drinking food
Do you
right
salt
now.
or salt or sugar your watermelon?
No.
Every once in a while, my grandma would salt the watermelon. I feel like it's an older like thing. Like
Yeah.
it's a tradition for her in the South, um, where she would always salt her
They're all
watermelon.
sweating there and they need the salt.
Whoa.
Oh,
Do you
It's
think
hot
that?
there.
is that
I
the reason?
feel like that's it.
Okay.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's logical enough that I believe you.
Yeah, well, because like you lose sodium when you sweat a lot.
Well,
Margaritas make you sweaty.
I mean, what I do, I start dancing. I don't know what to do.
Sure. I don't know, another seasonal flavor, if you will.
yeah.
Because we're on this train of thought. I love kettle corn.
Oh.
Yeah, and I feel like I only get kettle corn when it's like A at like a fair or B at like a farmer's market, like fall market kind of thing, you know? And I love kettle corn. I could sit down with like a giant bag of kettle corn and that could be my only activity. And just sitting there munching on kettle, it's so good. I love it. I don't really like popcorn that much, but something about kettle corn.
It's special. Well, it's popped in a special way too. I
Yeah.
feel like it's always those circular
In a
popcorn
kettle.
instead of like the fluffy.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
feel, I
Yeah.
feel. No, I freaking love it.
I had a My dad got these caramel corn protein drinks, and they're awful.
Sounds bad.
They taste just like caramel corn, and it's really intense.
Ew.
Why would you just not make it caramel?
I don't know, cause I like the caramel ones, but it's like it tastes just like caramel. It's like not it's like you taste the popcorn
Ew.
flavor.
Was it accidental?
I don't know why they did that, but they got.
That reminds me of like the popcorn jelly belly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those were always weird. Like you would eat them and they would be edible, but you're like, oh man, I thought this was
I'm
gonna be
not
like
pleased.
pineapple or something, and it's buttered popcorn.
I think that popcorn should not be a flavor. I
No.
think it should be an entity.
It's a thing. It's by itself.
Yeah.
Like it's not meant to be without the texture and
Yeah.
the presence of
And
a
the
movie.
crunch.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the flavor hot chocolate?
Oh,
Oh.
I don't like hot chocolate flavored things. I think hot chocolate itself as a drink, sippy, sippy, yum, good. I like it. But like hot chocolate flavored ice cream, hot
Oh.
chocolate flavored like, I don't know. I feel like there are protein bars or something also that we had as a child. And it's weird because it's like not chocolate,
It,
but it's also not like, it's weird.
it's not hot or chocolate.
It kind of tastes like a very like powdered sugar kind of base chocolate thing.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't eat that many hot chocolate flavored things because they just don't enter my world very often. But
That's a good thing.
yeah, I'm sorry that you've had those
It's
experiences.
okay. I'm just saying that don't feel like you need to broaden your horizons in this instant.
Okay, good. Good,
Yeah.
good. Well, I think the moral of that story is that we all really like seasonal things. Having stuff like change a little bit to be a nice sweet surprise, change up the monotony is ideal. Ideal.
Special.
So the next one is a little bit funny, I think. It's maybe the opposite of anticipation. But what do you not have any patience for? Like you can't put up with any of this.
Everything.
Everything.
When you put something in the microwave and it's like
Mm.
less than 3 minutes, so you can't like go like get a plate and a fork or something because like obviously that'll take more than 3 minutes, and so you just have to stand there staring at the microwave, being like, oh my gosh, I've never had time move slower.
That's a really good one, Sarah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can think of like boring ones, like clocking in at work,
Mm.
clocking out at work.
Yeah.
Like you're like the time is ticking down and it's currently 40, so I have to stand here for 20 seconds until I can legally check out. Um,
Funny.
I mean, I also have another boring one that's just like unnecessary meetings that could have been emails that are like an hour long, and you're just sitting there like I could be doing anything, but I have to look like I'm present right now. Anyways, that's a boring one.
fix anything. I hate fixing things. I work at a hardware store and I can't fix things to save my father is the same way. We're destructive people. We like things to burn. And it's I hate it. I hate trying to fix it. I like trying to fix a door. Not don't catch me with the hinges. On a different note, I have plants and I got two. I was like a succulent and it's another weird one. And they're like it's like they look. One of them is growing really well. It was like dying, and then I put it in a new pot, and then it was like, I must live. But then the other one is like, I don't think it's meant to grow. Like it's definitely meant to be like stay a succulent, stay the same size, but it's like exploded height wise, but it's not dead.
It's because you're watering it too much.
Huh.
They don't like water.
Yeah.
Too much water.
But it's just like
More sunlight.
the fact that it's not dead is just surprising. I'm like, there's just a lot of. I'm like, it definitely is getting too much water, but I knew that. But I was like, it's just
It's
like
alive.
growing upward. I'm like,
Wild.
this wasn't meant to happen.
Plants be crazy.
They do be crazy. Anyways, other things, plants growing. I don't like watching plants grow. But I do like watching plants at certain stages, but I can skip like 2 weeks at least. You know what I mean? Where it's like you plant something and you're like, okay, we're gonna wait. I don't need that.
Every time I go on vacation and I come back to my plants,
Um,
I always feel like they've grown a lot.
Yeah.
Like day to day, I'm like, these are the same plants. Nothing has changed. But then when I'm gone for even a weekend, I'm back and I'm like, wow,
Oh my
you've grown
gosh.
so much.
Aw,
Yeah.
cute.
Um,
I think other waiting things, I'm just circling back
Yeah,
to
yeah.
that. And you were talking about vacation a little bit. I think that a lot of other people struggle with this, but I know and I'm like totally chill with the getting off the plane.
yeah.
Like I keep my
Oh.
headphones in, I like
Mhm.
keep reading my book or whatever. Like just because the plane has touched the ground, no, you still have a good like 10 minutes before
At
anything's
least,
gonna
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
And all these other people
And
being
everyone's going back on the
unbuckling
plane.
their seatbelts, standing up, being like, I'm waiting now. And I'm like, no, just chill.
just
Like,
chill.
Yeah, I'm typically in the last 5 rows plane, like consistently. If I'm not like I think I went on one plane recently that was like I was in the middle, but I
yeah.
was still in the back half.
And it's like there's no need to rush when you're back
No.
there. You'll have so much indication of when you need to actually stand up.
And you can't move forward.
No.
But okay, so mine is attached to that too, going off. Is when people line up and are so excited to get on the plane. I'm like, that only matters if you don't have an assigned seat. There are some airlines, obviously, where you're in a place where you have to get on first and then you have a pick of like aisle or window seat because obviously no one's picking the middle seat by
Yep.
choice. Um, but getting on the plane when you already know where you're gonna sit, why would you try to get on first? I guess like
Well-
if you're carrying on, sometimes there's limited
Yeah.
cabin space, but even then I'm like, you'll get your bag, it'll all work out.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit on the plane for an extra like 20 or 30 minutes
No.
while everybody else is boarding.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just dumb. Well, in like other hack, just because I've been on a plane recently, I always just I also plan to get on the plane last if it's assigned seating, you know, because
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I don't want to stand on there forever. And there's always space in the overhead compartments above the first class people. Like they just don't bring that many bags, you know?
Yeah.
And so like I never put my like I keep the bag that has my books and like my computer maybe with me, and then I always put my carry-on bag overhead the first class people, because then also I don't have to freaking lug that stuff all the way back to my seat. And then, when I get back there, what if there's no space? Then you gotta truck
Yeah.
yourself back up. It's very easy.
I only bring carry-ons at all times, and
Yeah.
95% of the time it can fit under the seat.
There
Like
you go.
I'm like I'm not losing
Easy
my flight
money.
again. I'm not losing it again. Because we had a girl when I went on my Europe trip. There was a girl. There were two people who lost their luggage on the way there, and
That's
so they had to
awesome.
get all new clothes the entire like 2 weeks. It was 2.5 weeks that we were there. It wasn't like a short little like
Yeah.
oh like here I can like buy a little bit.
You're taking cute clothes for a trip to Europe.
Yeah, like one of them he didn't, but 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 the girl I was like girl
Did she get like reimbursed from the airline?
she did yeah
Okay, at least there's that. Well, then she gets a new wardrobe. That's kind of
yeah
fun, I guess.
Yeah.
Not fun in the moment, but like fun in the long run.
yeah
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd be bummed.
I would be so
it was
bummed.
really
Well, next up for our little prompts, I have a childhood milestone that you wanted to get to. Think like, I want to be an adult. Like, oh my gosh, I want my first job. Oh my gosh, I want my first blank. And something that you're really, really excited for and looking forward to. Whoa, that is
You wanted that. Most people like, ew.
No, it's because I was short and I was small and I had a high pitched voice and I was like I just want to be better than other people and all these other people are hitting puberty and I'm not.
Yeah, I was not looking forward to that, but glad for you. I think it's because women start bleeding.
And it's a big bummer.
Yeah, which is not quite as exciting as
Yeah,
growing and like having your voice drop.
yeah.
Even though I think women still like do that.
14, I definitely like when the new year started, I was like, I'm gonna talk lower. And then my voice actually and then it actually went lower when I hit and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
I had multiple things come to mind, and not super akin to the examples you gave after you said the initial thing.
Okay.
But I learned how to ride a bike really late. I didn't learn how to ride a bike until I was like maybe fifth or sixth grade, which not super late in terms of like how many years of age I had, but everybody knows how to ride a bike pretty much by middle school, and I just felt like I really wanted to learn, but also I lived on like a gravel driveway and a dirt road, and like it was scary, and my mom doesn't like riding bikes. So I was like, if she doesn't like riding bikes, then I'm obviously not going to like it very much. So like what's the point? And then I finally learned how to ride when we were on a vacation in one of those campgrounds where like there's big loops of like
Hmm.
asphalt,
Mm.
and then all of the different slots are like around the loop and stuff. And so I learned how to ride there, and I was like, this is amazing. I love riding bikes. And it was awesome. And yeah, I mean, for pretty much all of college, biking was my main mode of transportation because I was close to the university and close to a lot of other things, and Nebraska's flat, so I was like, I can get anywhere
Sweet.
in like 20 minutes. So,
If it makes you feel better, I also didn't learn how to ride a bike until like sixth grade.
oh, that does
Yeah,
make me feel
yeah.
better. Yay.
I was old.
Thanks. Well, and it's like always kind of a bummer when people are like, "Oh yeah, let's go ride our bikes to like free lunch," because me and my cousins would do that all the time, and I would always have to scooter,
Oh,
and it's
and
like
scootering is
Can we ride a
hard.
way
bike?
slower.
Ooh.
Way
It's
slower, a lot
fun.
more energy.
Well, and like you look dumb.
No, no, I'm canceling that freight. No, riding a scooter. First off, it's it's not as quick as a bike, so you're just kind. It's more calm. It's more like you're grounded. You're feeling the vibes, but you're also not having to run or walk. So it's faster, but it's not too much faster. So it's like I'm in a rush, but not really.
I think scooters are great for like
I ride
short
scooters now.
distances.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm saying that.
Okay. Well,
Whatever.
well, the electric scooter has become popular. The
Yeah.
electric scooter wasn't around.
My neighbor made an electric scooter.
Wow.
That sounds
Derek.
confusing.
Um,
No.
he put him he just plugged he made a motor and made it He did the same with a bike.
Wow.
I feel
Wow.
like there are a lot of things in this world that I partially understand, and like motors and how those things run is not one of them.
No idea.
Not even in the wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Well, that's really neat. And then I had another one come to mind, and I can't really remember it right now, but I'm sure it'll come back to me if you share something first.
Okay, yeah. There were a lot of things. I feel like looking forward to stuff is the great motivator in my life. I'm like, ooh, I get to do this, or I get to do this, or X, Y, Z. But when I was young, we had this is like a smaller thing. We had traditions that would be short lived. Like for a while, we would have pizza nights every week where we would make homemade pizza, but
Aw.
we'd try a different dough. So sometimes it'd be homemade dough, sometimes it'd be like a pre made thing. And that was so exciting. It was a weird night too. It was like Thursday, and I'm like, why is Thursday homemade pizza night? I have no idea, but it is. And I look forward to it so much. But I only really liked one type of pizza when I was young. So even though we were rotating the types of pizzas, I was eating the same thing every single week. It was just mushroom and cheese pizza.
Nice.
I don't know
You're a
why.
huge fan of
I
mushrooms.
do love mushrooms. So maybe it was the pizza. But that only lasted for maybe 4 or 5 months.
Dang.
And then we stopped making pizza.
Yeah.
We just didn't do
Fun
it.
though.
Um,
Cute.
Things like that.
I remembered what my other thing was.
Okay, perfect.
I was the biggest nerd. I made being a nerd my personality in like elementary slash middle school. And I was like, I am lacking the one thing that all nerds have, and that is a pair of glasses.
Oh my
I
gosh.
just was not blind, you guys. I just could see. And I was like, this is crushing. I want to have glasses really badly because I feel like it would just fit my image. And does it not? Anyways, if there was a video right now, you guys would be laughing more.
I
But
think it was
all you
cool.
need to know is that eventually I did get marginally blind enough for insurance to cover me getting glasses. And that was like halfway through seventh grade. Um, and I was like so jazzed. I can't even tell you. And then I got the glasses and I was still so jazzed. Everyone was like, you're gonna be annoyed because they're gonna be like cumbersome and icky. And I was like, no, this is all I've ever wanted. I just want to have frames and I want to be like a butthole and just push them up on my nose when I say something intelligent. And it was great. And yeah, they were huge, huge, like big, like frames, kind of like how I have now, honestly, but my face was smaller. And they were maroon, similar to what I have now, and they had pink ear things. And I was like, I'm a girl. And I put my hair behind my ears and you could see the
Wow.
pink on the sides and I was like, this is perfect. And so yeah, that was something that I always wanted and then it happened and I was like still pleased and everyone was like shocked about that. So and I still wear glasses to this day. I don't anticipate wanting to get like contacts or anything because I like the vibes.
Well, and you also don't need them.
No.
Like for me, I was so excited to get contacts. I was really scared to get them for a while because it feels intrusive the first time you're like sticking your finger in your eye. But I remember I needed glasses. I think it was in seventh grade. I started, sixth or seventh grade, I started noticing. I was like, can't see anything. Board looking really blurry right now. And I got glasses but refused to wear them.
Oh
I
no.
would take them around with me, keep my glasses case, like hold them basically on top of all my stuff, and then I would only put them on when I needed to read something far away, and then I'd take them off because I'm nearsighted, so that means I can't see things far away. And so when I got contacts, I was like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I get to look how I used to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's to being to being like I'm hot now.
I'm hot
At like
now.
13.
Yeah.
Me and my braces.
Oh my god, the anticipation of getting your braces off.
Oh,
Ooh. Yeah, okay, so I
I never knew that.
didn't really need braces. Honestly, I think braces sometimes, yes, I get that they do straighten your teeth, but mostly they're for beautification. Like
yeah.
I feel like only sometimes they're actually for your teeth health of like aligning your teeth and stuff. But my teeth were like a small tiny bit off. They were perfectly straight, but they were a little bit on the sides like they it wasn't like an overbite or an underbite. It was called a crossbite, that your top and bottom teeth in the back, not in the front, were a little bit like not aligned.
Huh.
So I had to get a palate extender, which was this crazy metal contraption that you had to crank and then move it like the smallest amount. This, yeah, like laterally is disgusting.
That's all.
Sounds so
It was
bad.
disgusting, and I was like, this is horrible for no physical like change in how my smile looked at all.
Yeah.
It just widened it like half a millimeter. And I was like, I don't know why this is the thing that I need to do. And I had them for like a short time. I want to say 18 months, not even.
Okay.
It was either 18 months or 8 months. It was very short. I
Huh.
can't
Yeah.
remember why. But I was so good. I always put every single band in. I wore them for all of the time you need. I was so vigilant about getting them off at the exact date that they had told me that I would get them off on. I did everything that they said for me to do, and I got them off before, I think it was less than a year, because I never had a yearbook picture where I had them in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so I remember taking my yearbook photos, and I had them on, and I was like, oh my God, I'm supposed to get these off in 2 weeks. So what I did is I asked if I could do a yearbook photo retakes after I got them off.
Oh my gosh.
And switched out the pictures. I don't know if it actually, the retake made it into the yearbook though. It might be in there. But I remember taking 2 sets of yearbook pictures for that.
Wow.
No, I had my braces time shortened,
Woo.
but I didn't wear my bands and stuff all the time.
Good for you.
It's like I was really bad about it. I'd be like, "Oh, wasn't I supposed to do that?" Was because they always would cut. They would always cut it wrong, and so it always
Pokey.
there was already a pokey thing, and I was like, "I am not wearing anything more uncomfortable than being stabbed and having a hole in the back of my cheek." But no, that the first when you're like, "I'm gonna be able to smile, and people are gonna think I'm different."
Beautiful.
It's like a huge. It was like people are gonna think I'm hot now. At like 16, being like, "This is the moment."
I do not remember you having braces.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Did you
I
have
don't-
them in high school?
Yeah, I had them from 8th to 10th grade.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But I didn't. Well, the other thing is like I'm not a big teeth talker, so when I talk, like unless I'm like really trying to smile, and back then I didn't smile like big teeth. I typically was like
Hi.
I did the closed mouth smile, and so yeah, I people just didn't. I don't think anybody really, unless you really were trying, you probably didn't notice. I had.
I still had clear, like I had the porcelain ones instead of the metal ones. So it was just, it looked literally just like a line more than anything, unless you were looking kind of close. Now they have Invisalign and stuff. I feel like that's pretty darn common. And
Yeah.
I'm like, these lucky kids.
My brother has Invisalign right now, which he had braces for about 3 years as well. And now he's doing Invisalign again because his teeth just keep on wiggling around. Yeah. And so like he has this weird, I don't know, both him and my dad ended up developing like pretty big gaps on the bottom teeth in the front. And so my dad got a veneer.
What?
I know, right? Wild. Because it was like one of his little stress ticks was like playing with the gap in his teeth, so it started to get pretty darn wide and stuff. And my mom was like, "We gotta nip this in the bud."
You can't do this anymore.
Right, exactly. You know, and it was funny too because my dad was figuring out how to smile so that he like covered up his bottom teeth with his lip too.
Wow.
Because she was like, he didn't want people to see his little stress gap, but yeah, kind of fun. I, on the other hand, have perfect teeth and always have.
Not true.
I've never had braces.
But that doesn't mean you didn't need them.
Yeah, fair. I had a pretty huge teeth gap, like right in the front,
Yeah,
in
I
between
did
my
too.
two big teeth.
I did not.
When I was little, and
These are mine together, and you can tell because these are uneven.
yeah. Well, mine closed when my wisdom teeth came in.
Ah, that's nice.
Yep, I had so much space in my mouth, and my wisdom teeth were so happy to just live there, and I could have just been a fully toothed individual. But the thing about wisdom teeth is that they're so far back, and so they're really hard to brush. And so I got cavities in my wisdom teeth. I know. And so I could
You've
have.
never had a cavity before.
I don't.
You little liar.
So here's the deal.
A fibber.
I didn't get the cavities like filled or crowned or anything like that because it was less expensive to just
just
have my
pull.
wisdom teeth pulled. So I just
Yeah.
had them pulled out and then I kept them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know a lot of people who have kept their wisdom teeth actually. Like at least half. At least
Nice.
yeah.
Too funny. But yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, I guess I have had a cavity. I don't have any teeth in my mouth right now that have had a cavity
That you know of.
that I know of. I haven't been to a dentist in about 2.5 years.
I'm just playing with you.
I think I have the gene. Like some people have genes where they're like more susceptible to getting cavities and
Mhm.
stuff, and like I'm less susceptible.
It's a yeah, it's genes and it's also this specific bacteria I think
Yeah.
that if you are born with it, you're yeah, you get cavities and sometimes like if you've never been exposed to it, there's like a really, really small chance that you'll ever get a cavity.
Nice.
I don't know. I read that somewhere, so don't fact check me. It might not be completely true.
Hey, this is not an educational podcast.
This
It's
is
a comedy.
That's so funny. Well, one last prompt
Okay.
for us to end on a very happy note. And it is what is the thing that you are looking forward to most right now?
Getting froyo with Kade after this podcast.
That's a good one.
That's a good
Because I
one.
haven't had froyo in a really long time.
For
Frozen
Froyo.
yogurt. Like, I think the last time I've had frozen yogurt, you thought I was not going to talk about this, but I am going to. I'm cementing this topic. The last time that I got frozen yogurt consistently was when I was on the volleyball team in middle school because TCBY would have deals,
So
waffle cone
good.
Wednesday. Okay,
I know
so
exactly
you'd
what
get
you're
a
talking
waffle
about.
cone and it wouldn't be by weight. It was just whatever you could fit in that waffle cone.
Yes.
And you know me and my parents are the same way. Sucker for a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom would put like 6 brownies in her waffle cone and then top it off with a little bit of ice cream. You know? And like we would go in there and we'd go crazy. We'd go stupid, we'd go crazy. I would be just finished with a volleyball game, so I'd be hungry. It was a great time. So I'm excited to relive those vibes.
Wow, I used to do the same thing, but not because of after volleyball. My mom and I, they used to have this deal of a $2.50 or $2.99 cup, and you just fill it as much as you could. And we would get ice cream for dinner sometimes. It was just
That's
beautiful.
awesome.
I was like, I love you. You are such a
What if we get Dairy Queen? Yeah, ice cream for dinner though. My grandparents love doing ice cream for dinner with us. Hmm.
It fills you up, especially Dairy Queen with those.
yeah,
You
the
don't think
blizzard.
about it, but like
It's so
that's basically a pint of Ben and Jerry's. It's just in a taller cup.
Yeah, yeah, I did.
You know what I mean? Like you're eating so much ice cream, but it's in a cup, so you're like, it's not that much. Look at how small this cup is.
Same thing with like Frosties and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so after gymnastics, when I was done, it would always be late at night, like 9 p.m. or something when I'd get picked up. And we'd always go to Wendy's and I'd get chicken nuggets, fries, and a Frost. And that was just
Killer.
chef's kiss. Like, I don't even know what to tell you. So good.
I love it.
excited for life.
Just food.
Honestly, like, yeah, I'm gonna Baja Blast out of here.
Right, there
Like,
was a commercial for Taco Bell when we were watching The Bachelor yesterday, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
yeah, like it's the little things, or like tomorrow I don't have to go to work, which is like such an adult,
Nice.
boring thing where it's like it's just a big deal.
Yeah.
Like when you're like, my week gets to start later, which means I get to have 2 4-day weeks in a row. That's huge.
Well, it is.
Super huge.
I think as you start working more regularly and like more regular hours and stuff, you realize how much of your time is devoted to that.
For napping, I get
Yeah.
so I get so excited for naps. I'm like, it's Sunday, and I'm like, it's time. I sit in the lounge chair, and I go, oh,
Oh,
turn my head
drift off to sleep.
turn my head to the left, and I'm like, oh, it's so like it's a little thing, baby. It's a little thing.
That
I
just
love
is
that.
lovely. I'm so excited long term to graduate, so that can be the thing.
Life.
I just want to have free time again. That's gonna be so lovely. And once I graduate, I think this is the first time that I'm not gonna have like a solid plan for what's next. Like there's not
Exciting.
like a okay, we're doing, high school to college, college to grad school, this to this. This is the first time where I'm like, well, I can do whatever I want. Granted, I have money, but whatever I want.
That's super exciting. Sometimes just the idea that you get to choose later is
Yeah.
exciting enough. You
Yeah.
know, like you don't have to be excited about a set plan or a set thing. You can be excited about the fact that you get to choose later.
And this is the first time I think I've realized that I am excited for the little things of like, I can go out to eat and it not be stressful that I'm spending a ton of money. Like, that is something that will happen in my future.
Yeah, totally.
One day.
Totally.
Like, I've never been a appetizer or dessert or like usually I don't even get a drink. Sometimes I'll get like a soda, but I'm a main course entree girly if I'm going out to eat. And like to not have to worry about that is so cool.
It's really nice.
Restaurant and order an appetizer. Like that never in my life. Like my parents not appetizer people.
No.
They are not. But like hanging out with other people and getting food, I'm like, I'm gonna order it.
Well,
I love it. I love it.
it's at that point that you realize eating out is actually an event.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Like it wasn't an event growing up and stuff, but my parents were like, we're gonna have it be an event, which is why I thought that we were poor until I was with. I'm like, you guys have money, you just don't spend it.
Mhm.
Funny.
What?
No, that's super fair. I kind of circling back, but also in the present. Um, we would not as often do ice cream for dinner, but sometimes we would do appetizers for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
So
We
we
did
would go
that.
out, yeah, instead of getting entrees, we would get two or three appetizers. We'd all eat like collectively from the three plates, kind of doing a make your own tapas situation, but not
Okay.
Spanish food. And it was always a great time. So I don't know, recommend. We would also just destroy a big plate of nachos.
Yeah. Like
Oh,
last night, we destroyed a
so
big
good.
pan of nachos.
It was really, really good. I something about eating nachos makes you feel so full, but also like you can always eat a little bit more. And there's always enough to do that little bit more.
Yeah.
It's great.
There have been no times in my life that I remember getting nachos and not feeling full afterwards.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Let's see. Okay. In a more serious, obviously the froyo was serious. But in a
Obviously.
more longer term, what am I excited for moving forward? I'm excited for summer in Seattle.
Summer in Seattle, it's gonna be so amazing.
I've heard great things. I'm very excited because I will also have money again, which is
Yes.
great. And B, like, I don't know, I'm excited to just spend more time with my friends and just really soak up all of the good, like, living with these people energies and just enjoy that and have, maybe some sunshine again.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that.
Well,
So,
and I'm happy to have long days that
mm,
aren't just like work all day. Like you work, for me, I work during the day and then I come home and I eat and then I work during the night because
yeah.
I have homework and stuff. But in summer, you just like work during the day and then you still have so much daylight
Yeah.
and you can just do stuff till like 9 p.m. and it doesn't feel like you're tired because the sun is up.
Right.
You're ready to
Yeah.
go.
I love
And
it.
so I'm excited for that too, to feel like I have time. I think it's all around time for me.
Yeah. It's all relative.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know.
no arguments here.
I thought you were gonna say something. I wanted to leave the
I'm
floor
trying to think if
space.
there's anything else I'm excited for other than
Mhm.
like I'm really trying to go on like more trips and see more people and do more fun stuff this year because last year I didn't. It was a lot of like let me go to work and sit and that's about it. And
Yeah, yeah,
it's really
Things we
boring. And so doing more this year I think is just that's just a good life goal
yeah.
in general, but
Being more active and
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
I love fun.
Doing more novel things, I do like. I realized I hadn't seen much of the city until like this past like 6 months or so. Like I've
Yeah.
seen a little bit, I've been doing a lot of school, but like actually going out and realizing the place that you live in is fun is great. And there's
Yeah.
so many things to do. So novel experiences,
Yeah.
enjoying the spice of life, if you will.
Being a tourist in your own backyard,
Mhm.
like, it's such a thing. You don't think of the, like, places that are, like, destinations or whatever where you live because you're too busy living there. But just like putting on your little tourist cap and being like, I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna do the things that people like travel here to do, and it's really fun. So yeah. Yeah. I'm also really excited to go to grad school, especially because I am like I'm not in the like scared what if they like me, what if they don't like me zone anymore. Now it's like they definitely like me and I get to make decisions.
Yeah.
And I think that's really exciting. And I'm just jazzed to be around, the people who are also as jazzed about the things that I'm jazzed about academically, and just chat and just have those conversations where it's like, what do you think about this? No way. I've never thought about it that way before, and all of that stuff. So I'm really excited. I also just love feeling like I'm good at things. And like I'm really good at communication studies, and so I'm excited to be around other people who are really good at it because then we can be really good together.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah. Well, I think that's kind of wrapping up the podcast. If anyone has any closing words, we're just so happy that Cade's here, but we're excited to spend the rest of the day, so we want to get off of the air and do some more hanging out ourselves. But yeah, leaving the floor open one last time.
Oh.
Going once,
I'm happy.
going twice. Sounds like we're sold,
That sounds
ladies
like
and gents. We really enjoyed having you here. It's always fun to have guests, especially Cade, who is arguably our favorite guest. I would say.
Arguably our number one listener.
Arguably so. We make podcasts every Wednesday.
We do. We post them to YouTube and to Spotify. So share it with your friends. Share it with someone that you're looking forward to catch up with.
That you can't wait to see again.
Exactly. The anticipation might be killing you. And, we anticipate hearing all of your wonderful thoughts on this episode in the comments. Definitely fill out the polls beneath each of the episodes on Spotify. We love seeing those responses. And check out our Instagram because there's going to be a little posty post.
Of course, a little posty post because we couldn't leave our Instagram without a picture of our best long distance friend. We're really happy that you took the time to listen to this podcast today, and we will see you or hear you, or you will hear us, or we will interact with you in some way next week on
Arguably speaking.
Bye!